7:35.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Beautiful day.
Gorgeous.
Sun came out.
Yeah.
Going to be, probably want to get the leaves out because it looks like it may rain. It's going to be a little windy. So you just kind of get the leaves up in the air. They'll probably help blow over to your neighbors.
Woo, look at Iowa. Wow. That's not a...
this is radio, right?
Yeah, I know. That's not a pleasant color there. I think that gray... Is this radio? Winter storm warning. Chicago. Beloit, Wisconsin. All of Iowa.
Yeah.
Boy, I wouldn't be wanting to go to Chicago this weekend, probably.
No.
Probably not this weekend, no.
My wife chose for us to go to Chicago one time in late January.
Oh, that was good.
That
good planning there.
By the time I walked down, Michigan
Avenue,
I couldn't feel my face.
Yeah.
Never been so cold in my life.
It can be a little cool there. Yes, it can.
Ooh, that's vicious. This is really about as cold as I want it to get, Well,
this would be nice, yeah. This was as cold as it got. That'd be okay. But then you wouldn't be able to move here because we'd be like San Diego with all the people living here.
That is true. Keep talking.
I was just going to say, I'm not sure what he's doing over there. Chris,
I'm looking at the forecast.
We wanted you to come in and maybe talk about some of the different plans that are available for people that may be thinking about buying or maybe thinking about if they've had some issues with the debt to income and their credit may be bad, or there may be some things that you can do. And first, why don't everybody may know your name and may not know where you are. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name's Chris Nosari. We own my wife and I own Nosari Home Mortgage. We're located at the corner of Cardinal and 62. This is our 20th year in business.
Wow.
Been in the mortgage business for about 23, 24 years now. So, we offer across the gamut, FHA, VA, conventional, and rural development financing. We've always, in a way, kind of specialized with the first-time home buyer market. And in doing so, we do a lot of pre-approvals and work on people's credit. Credit and debt-to-income ratio will generally be the two downfalls of anybody in the mortgage game. So, one thing we do is we help counsel people look at their credit score, give them some ideas on how to improve their credit score. We run a system in our office called Credit Expert, so we can actually analyze somebody's credit report and tell them what they can and can't do to raise their score. And sometimes they're just a point or two away from being able to finance something. I had a client in the other day. She was 8 points away from being able to finance a house, and literally $85 when we ran Credit Expert raised her credit score 50 points,
really,
which is way off the norm.
Yeah.
But just knowing how to analyze and look at the differences and paying credit card balances a lot of time are what will drive the credit score increases or decreases. And looking at collections and looking at down the road, a lot of time it's a 12 or 24 month plan.
Oh, right,
for people.
right, and that's the thing. It's letting people know that this can be fixed, but this is what you have to do.
Right.
Get it done.
Yeah, and I'll have people come back in and 12 months later or 3 years later and said, hey, we did what you told us to do. Can we look at it now? And they'll be able to finance. So, it's a great opportunity for us to get people in the pipeline, to buy. And, once we get them approved, then they need a real estate agent.
Yeah. Well, and that's it.
Yeah, and it's very important that we give people time that even sit down at our desk and they tell me they've got a 550 credit score, which is not really financeable. But we always try to take the time to look at that because we know in being here for 20 years that, we need clients a year from now just as bad as we need them right now.
That's right.
So
that's right.
So it's real important to give people time.
And the importance of coming and sitting with someone, Dale knows, I'm on local banks,
right.
Local financing, where you can sit across the desk from somebody. I sat across the desk from you the other day when we were doing something.
Right.
And there's a big difference between that and going online and letting your fingers do the walking, not knowing really, you hope you end up where you think you're going to go, but to sit across the desk from you and be able to use these programs and get a good score and not just a score that you're paying somebody to give you that score. It's not coming out right. But
yeah, Credit Karma, we have, 3/4 of the people that sit across our desk will say my Credit Karma score is, I had somebody come in the other day and their Credit Karma score was 630, and we pulled their credit score. Their actual credit score was a 564. So Credit Karma is, it can be a gauge sometimes, but it doesn't, as mortgage lenders, when we get a score, that score is set up on certain parameters that Credit Karma is not set up. We look at more in-depth into the credit than they do. So to get an accurate credit score if you're wanting to buy a house, you really got to sit down with the lender and have their proper reports pulled. So, and then that's the same thing, we talk about, your Quickens, your lending tree and that stuff, that it's so important in the process to sit down with somebody local, be it me or any other local bank. I encourage people all the time that come in that maybe they're rate shopping. I'll tell them all the time, whether you use me or somebody else, please use somebody local, because you can sit across from them. There's accessibility.
Oh, that's huge.
I have to see people in the grocery store that I'm talking to, so I got to be doing my job. The last thing I want to do is walk into a grocery store and see somebody and went, oh, I forgot to call them back, or I haven't been working on their loan like I need to be. So, that accessibility. And, there's a whole nother side of that. I took some notes I had somebody call me the other day, and they were working with Quicken Loans or something, and I knew that we had to give a $500 sponsorship to their baseball team. And the one thing I said to him was, this Quicken Loans writes you a check. I wasn't trying to guilt him, but think about, keep your motors running when people are in town and they're looking at Quicken Loans and they're looking at those internet companies, and when their child puts on their baseball jersey or their soccer jersey or the Christian school or whatever, to look and see whose name's on that. It's your banks, it's your local businesses that are giving that money back to the community. I mean, it rolls in our door, and it sure it supports me and it supports my staff, but good businesses are avid givers, and people need to remember that.
Well,
and
you're singing to the choir.
The other side of that is, I have yet to have a internet lender's deal put on my desk that we just didn't literally either beat it marginally or just literally beat it off the table.
Great.
So
Good.
I mean,
because
it's
and one of the things is with that, all that television advertising, all that radio, all that magazine, that costs, as you would know, costs a lot of money. Well, they're not getting that for nothing. They're getting that off of the fees. They may say, well, do it for this rate, but there's fees and everything else behind all of this. Yeah. They're not doing this out of the goodness of their heart. That's business.
Once you get to an apples and apples comparison, I mean, it's usually no comparison.
Right.
And, we've got a very competitive market, and the lenders in our market are extremely competitive. And, it's literally in the thought process with the internet is you're getting it cheaper. Well, you're not. I mean, in mortgage lending, I can tell you that you're not.
Here, I got a question for both you real estate professionals here. Let's say somebody's trying to borrow $120,000, but they don't know who they're dealing with on the other side of that internet page, and with all this cyber stuff going on, and how much information you can put in that computer. How much is that? I'd rather sit and talk to Chris Nosari, go talk to Alan Moore at the bank, or
Alan Moore, Gwen, whatever the case may be.
Whatever, at any of the banks. I trust Chris a million times more than whoever's on the backside. It could be in Madrid, Spain, on the other side.
Well, what people also have to realize is, when you go in and you put in your information, and you may think you're putting it into the lender itself, but probably 90-95% of what you're putting your information is actually a lead generation company, and they're turning around and they're selling that information immediately. And case in point, I've kind of, the lenders have got, the lead generation companies have done a good job of kind of mimicking your web address. Mm-hmm. So I've had people think they've applied with me, and literally within 1 minute of hitting that submit button, their phone, and I'm telling you for a fact, their phone is ringing off the hook, with Quicken Loans and this stuff, because that is being milled right through direct leads, and you're not really getting, the perception of who's calling you is not who's actually calling you. I did it myself because I had a client complain, and I put my information in, and I tell you what, it was less than a minute my phone rang.
Boom.
So
and it's still ringing.
Yeah, I mean, it'll ring.
What I'm saying is they continue to call. It's not like they go away.
They down channel sell it. The first person pays more, and then they just sell it. So most of the time when you're doing, and you can even see it, when you go on Zillow, which, can be a great site, but, it's lead generation. So,
sure.
And that, they make money doing that, but it's real important. I mean, it's overly important to get professional, experienced people in mortgage lending. It's changed so much. The closing process has changed.
Yes.
Starting October 3rd, our federal government changed the closing process for everybody. technically it's probably going to add maybe 10 days on to the end of a closing right now. So
thank you, government.
Yep, thank you very much. It's more paperwork for all of us lenders and realtors and closing companies, and that down channel, eventually it'll cost the consumer more money.
Right, because it's going to cost it. You're going to have to pay for this.
That's right. The whole, it's all done to protect the consumer, and that's how that generally works for the consumer.
I'm here from the federal government. I'm here to help you.
That's right.
That's
Absolutely.
scary.
Those are the worst words you can hear.
Let's take a quick break. More with Chris Nosari, Bob Zadora, Jerry sitting here too. Be right back. $7:48. Bob Zadora at mic number 2, Chris Nosari at mic number 3, and Jerry Hogan at number 4. Gentlemen.
What a guy. Jerry, and I'm going to mention Jerry. I know we sponsors listen to the show. Jerry did a great job for us over this past week, and I want to thank you for that, and Linda thanks you for that, and you to be recognized.
Thank you very much, Bob. Appreciate
Hey, can we talk a little bit about that?
Oh, the Twin Lakes Area Nativity Scene Contest.
I wonder whose idea that was.
Well, we may had a
great job.
We may had something to do with that.
Yeah.
So,
I see the Surrey Home Mortgage right there. That's right.
That's that's been I think it's a great opportunity for the Nativity Scene Contest. Is just that we're giving away $1,000 to businesses that want to participate. And what they do is they just call us. My office number is 425-8351. They sign up to put a nativity scene out in front of their business. We're going to view those nativity scenes, I believe.
Let's see. It says viewing starts Monday, December 14th. The winner will be drawn on Friday, December 18th.
That's right. So everybody that signs up will have a chance to win $1,000. We'll go out and view them. It's not a who's got the best, who's got the most creative. It's just a nativity scene. We're going to put the names in a drawing, draw it out. The business that wins can keep $500 if they want. The other $500 will be donated to a charity of their choice. Kind of hoping they'll donate the whole $1,000.
Well,
we will.
If Mountain Talk Mountain Country does, I've already figured out. I want to go. I'll go at least 50-50, probably Gamma and Alpha.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we've had some great sponsors. We've got Gregory Jewelry, of course, Nosari Home Mortgage, Pegler Real Estate, Harley Barrow, the Center for Women, the Water Store, Connecticut, KTLO, and Mountain Talk. So I believe that covers all our sponsors so far. And it's just a great opportunity. It's anybody can participate. It's open to any business that wants to participate.
And you've got here Mountain Home, Norfolk, Henderson, Salesville, Gassville, Cotter, Midway, Lakeview, Bull Shoals, Flip, and Yellville.
That's right.
Wow.
The Twin Lakes area.
Twin Lakes area.
That's what.
That's right.
I found it.
The whole area. Yeah, we had somebody call us from Bull Shoals yesterday and ask us if they participate.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Join the fun.
Great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity to recognize what we believe the Christmas season is all about, and have some fun and show your Christmas spirit.
Well, we may have lost one nativity scene on the northeast corner of the square, but wouldn't it be nice to have like 40 of them around the perimeter?
Yeah,
I like to see every downtown location put something out there.
Yep, I think we'll see several on the square.
Good,
so.
good. So I photocopied some of these. So if somebody wants to stop by here, we'll give them a form.
Yep, they can stop by Mountain Talk, call our office. We'll email, fax, scan if we need to bring one to you personally. No problem.
Okay, now what does Gregory Jewelers and KTLO and Europe, do they all have any of these?
You know what? I don't know if they've got the sponsor forms. We've used ourselves as the main contact for everybody, so we can sure get them out to them. But I think right now in our office we have them. There's a Chamber e-blast. If you go out to the Chamber of Commerce site, we did an e-blast last week in the Baxter Bulletin, and so we'll have little half-page ads in the bulletin also going out through the week. So.
And it's something that we as a community, and it's a business effort, but I think that we as a community need to really crank out the mangers, as it were, just to kind of show our response to the court decision.
Right. And, the court decision is what it is. So, as Christians in our community, we can...
I find it.
We don't have to. We don't have to. We can separate the two. We can separate the government from what we do as citizens, and that's fine. The government can't do it. Government can't give us the space. That's fine. We can do it on our own.
That's right. And I'm a private business, but I'm in a heavily regulated business. So I can't discriminate against race, sex, color, religion, age, marital status, you name it, and we don't in our business. But
and none of us ever did. That was the whole thing. None of these places ever did.
But we can still show our faith. So.
We will move forward from that.
Keep. I'm feeling.
He's right. the importance in my business and in your business, the importance of being pre-qualified and not just getting a letter from Quicken over that they sent over because you filled out a little thing and there's no follow-up. When somebody comes with a letter from you, from the banks generally, it has much more power when the people want to put an offer in the importance of what do people need to bring you if they want to get pre-qualified.
The pre-qualification process in our office, to get a full, or I'll say pre-approval, to get a real, true, full pre-approval.
Approval, not qualified.
Yeah,
there is a difference.
There is. When we do a qualification, we can sit down and I can work something out on paper, but our full pre-approvals will generally we'll pull credit, of course. We want to see year-to-date paycheck stubs. We want to see tax returns. And, if they have their asset-based bank statements, 401ks and stuff, that generally will give us 99% of the information we need to do a pre-approval. So we pull everything down. We run direct automateds on almost every program, VA, FHA, and conventional. Rural development program's a little bit different, but they need to bring that information in, make sure the lender, talks to them. I've got a new loan officer, Danny Ferguson, who's been with me for about 5 months, and we talk a lot about making sure that you just don't go 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you very much. You got to really discover what people have. You'll find they have other properties in other states. The mortgage lending business is, sometimes it's a full body cavity search. I tell people we try to do it with warm hands, but we look across the gamut. We have systems in place that will pull up whether you've owned properties across the United States. There's active credit monitoring that, we see what goes on in your credit profile the whole time in the mortgage lending process.
And the importance of having that done, it may feel like a full body, but it's the importance of that so that you're able to be successful as a buyer and not get 3/4 of the way through the process and get knocked off. That's the important part.
Absolutely. That is that's telling your seller, that's telling your listing agent and your selling agent that you have the capacity to buy, and that offer is going to be a good offer.
I can perform it, and I can perform it, and know what number you're at. Know how much you can afford is just, that's the biggest thing, knowing where we're at. Is where, when we have people come in, that's the first thing I want to know is what they can really do.
Real quick, Bob and Linda's location and phone number.
Our location is at the end of the telephone, 870-405-0793. Give my honey a call. She keeps the book and tells us where to be.
And Mr. Nosari?
Yes, I'm at the corner of Cardinal and 62, 1001 Highway 62 East, Nosari Home Mortgage, 425-8351.
There you go.
There you go.
Wow, the weekend is upon us. We just sit here and wait 15 seconds.
Have a blessed Thanksgiving, everybody.
It'll be fun.
And,
you going to be here next Friday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, me too.
And enjoy the holiday.
You need to come back again. That's fun.
If you invite me, I'll come.
Sure. And thanks for yesterday for helping out with. You're also a great auctioneer, Chris. You've done it for a number of different things, and you're to be recognized for that as well.
Fun. Don't forget the Twin Lakes Area Nativity Scene Contest. Give Chris Nosari's office a call, 425-8351.
Twin Lakes Retired Police, Elks, today, lunch. Twin Lakes Retired Police. Be there. They know what time to be there.
Lunchtime.
Lunchtime.
See you Monday.